Howdy, howdy. This is Brian. How are you doing? I just heard that the president in Washington, D.C. is going to sue Arizona for putting up containers at the border. That just blows my socks off. You know, the shipping a busload here and there, 1/10 of 1% of what's coming across the border to the sanctuary cities doesn't seem to be giving anybody the message. Now, how about train loads of immigrants from Mexico, Guatemala, and Central America and South America? Why not just ship them straight to the White House? Because I thought our president was not so bad. I don't know. I didn't think Obama was bad. I mean, I got work putting up. I must have put up 40,000 solar panels. It helped me make some money for a little while. And Biden, I just figured, well, has good intentions, but sometimes now I just see, man, this is not good intentions. You got national security issues. You've got issues killing our citizens with fentanyl. And then you've got strain on the school system, strain on the systems for, providing health care. And, we got to have our own house in order before we just start opening the floodgates. And then to have these people go thousands of miles because somebody says, oh, you're going to take your sick and you're tired. Well, we got some sick and tired and poor right here. And the whole thing is insanity. So I kind of thought, like I said before, I figured that Biden has good intentions, and he's been in politics a long time, but now I'm beginning to wonder what the hell he's on his brain, and then some of the people at newscasters, whether it's Fox News or CNN, there's a lot of truth in everything, but some of them are getting ridiculous. I mean, I don't give a shit. I don't want to see somebody slipping down the steps or falling on their bicycle or some asinine, immature coverage. But when you're saying he's letting this many people in or secretly flying people off and landing them, in the dead of night, what is going on? But the finger pointing is going to stop. Yeah, it was a mess leaving Afghanistan. Yeah, it was a mess leaving, maybe less of a mess leaving Vietnam, but it's a mess leaving wars. I'm glad we're not still fighting in Vietnam. I'm glad we're not fighting in Afghanistan. You know what? I wish I wish the best for every country and every human being on this planet. But the thing is, we're not going to help anybody by destroying our own country. You got to help ourselves and then help others. And so anyway, it's just gotten out of hand. I can't believe it. And I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but we need some presidents. I'm wondering, we talk about impeaching Trump. I don't like Trump. I mean, he he says, "Oh yeah, I got to declare bankruptcy," even though he's got all these workers. I can't pay you. You're building my little skyscrapers. But you know what? Some of the stuff he says, I gotta agree with. Hell, I don't mind. Like he said, oh, maybe we should lob some or have somebody destroy some of the meth labs and fentanyl labs and stuff. But we gotta cut the flow of money to China, so they don't send the fentanyl to Mexico, and Mexico doesn't send it to us. The insanity's got to stop, and the finger pointing's got to stop. And I just haven't seen anybody up on the top end. It's like a zoo of finger pointers, and they're not problem solvers. We need problem solvers that don't give a shit about whether you're Democrat or Republican. Now, I like this this woman up in Alaska, the Mary Peltola. or Patola, she's a Native American, and she's trying to help the fisheries. What we need to do to help the environment come and get better. We got to take care of the environment. We need education. Everybody's talking about reparations and crap. I saw Sharpton. Oh my God, he's the one I talked about in one of the other videos that falsely accused and believed this girl and all the bullshit. That it's just absurd. I'm sorry, because you know why? I've worked with black people and I said, when he said jump, I jumped, because he had the experience and knowledge that he learned in industrial electrical. Well, that's what we need. We need people to learn in school. So education matters. I don't give a shit if it's in Compton or on an Indian reservation. It has to be top notch everywhere. That's what solves everything. When you put money, free money, then you get lazy people. Or you get people that don't have the skill sets in the tool bag to go on and be successful. So we are cutting the legs away from people by doing some of those things that President Johnson put into effect. Well, instead of having successful, strong middle class of all types of people, now we get people that are don't have the training and skill sets. And I live in a neighborhood that's become very inclusive. And it's older, townhouses. You used to be able to walk to the swimming pool half a block away, not find a cigarette butt on the ground. Every day they have to have people clean the trash. People leave the oil coming out of their cars. It's inclusive with people that are don't give a shit about what the neighborhood's like. Thank God the outside of the houses and somebody's cleaning up, it all looks the same. But the next neighborhood over the wall, this older couple, and you know what? There's some black people that keep beautiful homes. And I don't know whether they're more the exception or the rule, but the thing is, the older couple that left, I saw this immaculate place. And then these people move and it turns into a dump. But they don't have an association. And I don't know how long it's going to last here before the whole place turns into a dump. But it's a nice place. 2-car garage, patios, nice little place, pools, tennis courts, and lots of trees for being here in Vegas. But we need to have an upgrade in what every single person in this country needs to give a shit about what's going to happen. And you know what? Energy, education, and environment. And actually, I'll put it education, environment, and energy. Because you know what? That pipeline that's giving us that shit tar sand is garbage. So we got to go across the front. We can't just... I don't give a shit if you're Republican. Oh, the pipeline. Democrats are stopping the pipeline. Well, that's crap. But then at the same time, the Democrats, let everybody in. It's a free border. That's crap too. We got to have people up there that look into things, that make sure they're coming up with a vision for the future, so that we have the energy, so that we aren't wasteful, so that we have the ability to help other people in other countries and our own country to have a longevity environment, a cleaner environment. And that isn't all, sometimes you got to have rules, and the rules got to be followed. And I just saw something, and I don't want to talk too much. And it was in Florida. One of the fire chiefs smacking the guy that was on a gurney because he was a foul mouth. You know what? My wife said she would have smacked him too, and I agree. But then they showed something about, some people said things about him years before. Well, years before, there was a bunch of people that got 85% on the test over there in Florida trying to get in on the fire department, a couple decades ago, and they got shut down because they were white. So maybe was the cause and effect. We got to throw away all the causes and effects. And I would have punched this guy out too, but to go saying, well, why would somebody show a noose around this fire chief that's black? It's probably because some asshole white guy didn't get the job that got 85% on the test 20 years ago, and then somebody that got 55 on the test. But it sounds to me like the guy's sharp. He's taken on. He ran, grabbed the bull by the horns, hit the ground running, and that's good. Is affirmative action at that still needed at this day? I don't know. But anyway, that's everything is so out of kilter. We got to start looking into things and the cause and effects. I just want to see a strong middle class. Like I said, when this friend of mine, George from Georgia, said jump, I jumped because we were the two most productive guys on the job. So if that helped this guy that was a fire captain, and then some other white guys were pissed, I don't know. But we got to get the education so we don't have to have affirmative action, so that we have that many folks. Because as anybody that's going from K through 12 is entitled as an American citizen to have as good an education, whether you're in Beverly Hills or Compton. Now, as far as people coming over and straining our system, no, we can't, especially with the drugs and other crap. So let us get our house in order. Let those folks that need to get their house in order look to our revolution when we broke away from England and France and everything. And we still have to improve because, we knocked on the door and there was people here, the Indians, and they let us in. And when we came in, and more came in, we kind of shoved them into a closet. Well, that ain't fair either. And a lot of things weren't fair, but we got to start working together. Anyway, thanks for your time. Bye.